29 students from International Law Faculty, Universitas Gadjah Mada in Yogyakarta, lecturers and international office staff visited Darwin to undertake a short study in regard to migration and refugee law at Charlestown University from Monday 12 until Thursday 15 January 2015.
I want to thank all the friends from the CDU and also from UGM who have worked hard to make this important event happen. It's been an exciting interaction between students and also the staffs of the universities. This is one of those examples where we really need to continue pursuing greater understanding of both our countries, and this is the great forum to do so.
In such a short period of time, the students were not only attending the lecture on migration and refugee law in Australia, but also participating in a presentation on the introduction to Indonesia and Australia law.
This was a highly inclusive session, especially in relation to the subject matter on point, i.e. refugees, because as we know, in Australia, one of the key issues is in relation to the asylum seekers that arrive from Indonesia. To this extent, I was very pleased to listen and hear and share information and exchanges in terms of the law in the context of Indonesia. The Indonesian students interacted very well with the Australian students. They also took time to study and learn and understand the context of the Australian law, but also then the context of international law in the context of refugee law, whereby they then demonstrated their understanding of the extent to which international law on refugee matters apply in Indonesia, although Indonesia is not a signatory to the Refugee Convention of 1951.
Sul Siregar, who had the opportunity to attend the lecture and participated on discussion session with Indonesian and Australian students, was quite amazed with how both group of students interacted.
In the discussions, I noticed that many of the Indonesian students were very enlightened by the policies in Australia, but also many of the Australian students were quite intrigued by what really happens in the regional level with regard to this issue of refugees and the acts of migration. So again, it's been a real pleasure and an honor for the consulate to be engaged in this important historic activity. I hope we'll have many more to come. Thanks a lot.
While lecturer in law of Universitas Gadjah Mada, or UGM, Mrs. Mai Linda, who accompanied the students, believed that students are not only benefited by the knowledge through the short course, but also continued improving the university's cooperation with its counterpart.
We are here for continuing and also nurturing cooperations with Faculty of Law, Charles Darwin University in specific, and also in the general with the Australian universities and also the consulates of Indonesia in Darwin.
For the UGM students, this was a great opportunity to learn at an Australian university.
And here I went to study in the Charles Darwin University in Darwin City, of course, and I feel that this program is really good because we feel another experience that we feel in Indonesia. And then, for example, like in the class, they have the 2 sessions class. The first one, they start on the 9 until 12, and then they start again from the 1 until 3. And then on the first sessions, they have like the system that they use in this university, like the system that use the webcam, and then you have the lecture from another place to online sessions. And then the second sessions is the lecturer that already in the class from the first sessions is re-explain about what the first lecturer explained in the first sessions.
So now it's the first time for me to have a chance to study in Charles Darwin University in Darwin, Australia. So I feel that it's a very good learning system here because the student they are really active, and with the online system, so everybody could involve into the learning system, so it's very good, and also provided with a good lecturer and the experienced lecturer.
So we hope in Australian student will get the right information from us, and they will understand more about the refugee law in Indonesia.
However, more time will be needed to experience more of Australia's popular cuisine.
Yeah, actually I want to try kangaroo meat and the crocodile's meat, but until now I still cannot find which restaurant that serve that kind of food. So
the UGM's group was also scheduled to visit Parliament House to meet with Minister for Education, the Honourable Robin Lumley, MLA, and Supreme Court, Art and Gallery Museum, and popular Casuarina shopping complex. The group was hosted by Charlestown University's School of Law. This program was a very successful one.
And it's been my pleasure to host a group of students and staff from the law faculty of Gadjah Mada University over the last week. The students have been studying a number of different things. They've taken a bit of refugee and immigration law, constitutional law, criminal law, and a few other areas as well. The students seem to particularly enjoy the barbecue that is happening at the moment, and also the visit to Parliament House yesterday. I think that it's been really good to have the students here. I hope they've enjoyed their stay, and I'd like to think that we can do this again in the future.